Hi, welcome to my blog. My name is Tom Shue, and today we're going to do a tutorial on using Flash and the costs associated with working with Flash, in particular Speedlights, and why you might consider studio lights. In this picture here you can see that we have my young daughter. She's standing outside in the midday sun, putting up with me trying to make some images to show you guys some techniques. Anyway, so you can see that the sun is backlighting her, and the sky is blown out. There's so much light in midday, and we added some flash into this situation to light her face up that would have been in silhouette had we not introduced flash. So you can see that there's some catch lights in her eyes, and the image is exposed properly. It's not real flattering, but it's a cute image. So what you can do is you can add an ND filter and a neutral density filter over your lens, and that will knock down your ambient light so you can see the sky's not blown out. It's still backlighting her, but the actual sky itself is not blown out. So it's like a one-stop ND. Then we add our flash in, and we have the catch lights in the eyes, and she's not in silhouette. So the next option would be put a scrim over her, or some type of umbrella, or move her into the shade. This is what we did. We moved her into the shade, and you can still see the sun is still coming through the side of the trees, and it's creating a rim light on her face. And then we add the flash in, and you have a nice little portrait. It's a cute portrait. Again, it's in the shade, and it's pretty good. Let's talk about the cost of you really want to deal with flash and work with it on large scales or with groups, or get serious with lighting. Before we do that, let's talk about our apertures, our f-stops. They start at f1, they go to f32. And between, say, 5.6 and f16, there's only 3 stops difference, right? Well, 3 stops of light is a lot of light when you're dealing with speed lights. Let's look at what the cost of one speed light costs. A 580X2 costs you around $400. Say you were outside and you metered your light, or you measured your light with your camera, however you figured it out, and the picture of my daughter or whoever your subject would be reading f16. So now you need to get to f16, but your speed light only gets you to 5.6 at full power. So you need to increase your power 3 stops. So in order to increase your power 3 stops, this is what you'll have to do. You'll add, to get one more stop of light, you'll add one more flash, so you doubled your power. You went up 1 stop. You went from 5.6 to f8. Now you're going to go from f8 to f11. So now we've gone to $800 just going 1 stop with speed lights. Now we're going to go an additional stop. Okay? Now we're not at f5.6, we're not at f8, we're at f11. Our target's f16. You can see where we're going here. 4 speed lights are $1,600, and we're still not at our 3 stop increase. So let's go ahead and add in our speed lights in order to get us up to f16, which would be the amount of power we need to work with the sun if our meter reading was f16. You see we're spending $3,200 on 580X2s if you buy them new. If you're buying the new 600 RTs, you're spending even more. In Nikon, those flashes are about similar. I work with Canon, but Nikon flashes and the top end Sony flashes and the top end Olympus flashes, they're all around $400 for last year's model, but the current model is going to cost you around $500 to $550. Okay? Here's an alternative for you. I'm a big Speedotron fan. So Speedotron set, you'll get a 1,000-watt second pack and 2 heads with some stands, some umbrellas, and a case, and it will cost you $1,495. If you wanted to step up to some of the industry standard, quote unquote, you could buy some Pro Photo gear, which they make great stuff. Here's an Acute 2 pack. It's a 1,200 watt pack with 2 heads, and it's $3,500. So it's only $300 more than the Speedlites. And you're talking about 1,200 watt seconds is way more light than these Speedlites could ever hope to dream to create for you. So these are the things that you might want to consider when you're buying flash and working with flash. And I wanted to do this tutorial because I just did a workshop and we covered this information, and I think it was a real big eye-opener to my students. So I hopefully that it opens your eyes too to what you're dealing with when you're working with Speedlites. Speedlights are good for working inside with dynamic models at weddings or indoor portraits, stuff like that. And I've seen people gang up all kinds of Speedlight setups, like Dave Black. He'll take 6 of them and put them inside of an umbrella and go out and shoot motorcycles in high-speed sync. If you got that kind of money to play with the gear and that's what's going to make you happy, then do it. However, I think using the studio strobes are the way to go. Well, I want to thank you for visiting my blog today. My name's Tom Shue. Until next time, we'll see you soon.